Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, it's inspired in the current abundant, beautiful season, Taurus season we are on. And if you'd like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box below, or you can email me with your questions. And if you'd like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Sagittarius, I feel like your emotions, your love life, your relationships, the personal, intimate connections are giving you a lot to think about, a lot to consider, a lot to reflect. I feel like for some of you Sagittarius, the month of May brings the importance of love to the front. It's almost like many of you Sagittarius feel like you're moved by this energy of love, or your heart is what really is wanting to come to the front when you're making choices, when you're making plans, more than anything. And I feel like for some of you Sagittarius, this can be a little bit upsetting in the sense that, especially for those of you that are more used to be rational, be calculated, be organized, be, I feel like for some of you Sagittarius, there's this energy of calculating risks that you have been fairly good at. And there's a presence here of a situation that it's very appealing to your emotions, that it's speaking directly to your heart. And for some of you, this is scary as tempting. And for others of you, it's again the fact that because it's not something that you're thinking, analyzing, calculating in the way or that you used to, that gives you comfort, that gives you stability. You could be finding that sometimes during the month of May, your emotions are creating this chaos, this messiness, this wild ride that at the same time, again, makes you feel excited and is attractive and it's appealing, because for many of you, it also represents the new, like a new order that you're going to be, from which you're going to be creating your life forward. But I feel like it's triggering an enormous amount of it's triggering in you an enormous amount of willingness to make the biggest risk of all, which is to be vulnerable to love, to risk it in terms of love, to give a chance to something that you see can be risky, or you just don't know if the odds are in your favor or not. Especially the closer we get to the month of June, or as we enter here the Gemini season, which is correspondent, right, to the opposite sign of Sagittarius. And so it has a tendency to attract important relationships and connections of all sorts, passionate, romantic ones, but also important work connections, social connections, connections that can take you forward, or something in your life forward due to this connection. So some of you Sagittarius are connecting during the month of May and forward with important people. Your friends, your acquaintances are super relevant, and the quality of, again, these friendships and these connections is also super important, because I feel like you're going to be cherishing and being also blessed through the presence of certain people in your life. So they're going to be adding. Sometimes people can take, for Sagittarius, especially in May and June, people are adding to your heart. but they are adding to the establishment again of this new order that I was speaking, where you're going to be start laying out foundations and building from them the right way, meaning that your heart is going to be a priority. Your emotional needs are going to be recognizable to you in a very different way. There's something about contrast, in a sense that I feel like there are Sagittarius here that are going to look at yourselves and at your life now forward as being so different from things you have been dealing with before. As the Five of Swords represents your past influence, and so you are coming from a background where there has been, more of a dirty play, games, manipulation, selfishness, abuse, narcissism, the need to win at all costs, the means justify the ends kind of energy driving you, or there's something here about the need to win that has been an issue with Sagittarius, and I feel like the need to win is also going to be looked in a different way for some of you, in the sense that I feel like what you desire, or like the prizes that you have in mind, that things you want to achieve, goals you have, right, is not so much about getting it at all costs, but getting it by merit. I think I'm saying the word right. By merit, by honor. There's something here about perhaps, morals that didn't, make much sense to you. Like, they didn't represent it much to you. There's certain spiritual, emotional morals that are now a huge thing for many of you Sagittarius. For some of you, this is happening because there's a transformation occurring inside out. There has been also dealing here with this huge, it's like a heart opening moment. So some of you really fell in love hard, or you're about to. Some of you had this profound emotional experience. Something impacted your heart, and it opened this heart space that perhaps was either blocked, bruised, scarred, traumatized, so many things. It opens, is something huge opened here, your heart space, basically. And I feel like there's something here about Sagittarius needing to get ready, because it's going to continue. It's like your heart is, it's almost like that feeling of your heart wanting to jump out of your chest. And I keep getting, like, for some of you, this is extremely scary. You could also be dealing with very emotional, intuitive, empathic personalities that are subtly influencing you to be more empathic and sensitive yourself. Not to say that you're not, but there's this theme of being very sensitive and kind and compassionate towards others, that it's important. There's a very how you call it, like solidary spirit in you rising. There are some Sagittarius here that are gifted, very gifted, and empaths yourselves, but this has been like an energy that has been, concealed, that is now coming out. So you can find yourself being moved and emotional and even crying by things you're seeing, the suffering of others, the unfortunate energies that happen to others or the state of the world, crisis of the world, they can have such an impact on you. And I feel like for some of you Sagittarius, you could even be wanting to work or do some work to help causes that appeal to your heart, whatever those causes are. So there's a real solidarian and also very humanitarian side to you coming out in the month of May and June. Now, I also feel like for many of you, this is going to be lived in your love life, in your romantic life. There's a lot of attraction here. Strong emotional and sexual connection with someone that it's almost like awakening you and awakening you to your true, again, gifts, to your true abilities, for some of you to your intuition. It's like for some of you Sagittarius, it's like a love that it speaks in silence. So this can be just when we have this feeling that someone is thinking about us, someone is trying to get in contact with us, but we don't have proof of that. Or when you keep dreaming with someone. Or when there's signs and synchronicities of all kinds reminding you of someone. Or when you just feel that something important, a person is about to come into your life. Or this could be speaking about, someone that has their eyes on you the same way you have on them, but there's no words. So this could be with someone that you have not been talking, or you haven't talked yet, but you have noticed. So pay attention to that feeling, that strong pull towards someone or something. For some of you, this could also be about creativity, but it's something unexplainable here. It's a current of energy, and it's very intuitive. And for some of you that already know this person, this can be a strong water energy, water influence. It could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces individual, or is someone that is very spiritual, intuitive themselves, is someone that's very an empath as well. I feel like it's something, some of you Sagittarius, is something that you didn't expect it here, to fall hard here for someone, or to be so in love with someone as you are right now. Because for some of you, obviously, you have a partner and you're happy with your partner, and I feel like this abundance of love is so incredible to you, because it's like the more the relationship progresses, the more in love you are. And sometimes there can be the opposite effect, like growing tired or growing apart of each other, or bored even. And I feel like the majority of you Sagittarius that are in relationships already, the love and the passion and the interest and the chemistry is going to continue to grow. So obviously take the messages according to your personal situation. But here also with the Lovers in your unconscious, I feel like either you're struggling with choices, like you know that you have all this love for someone, or that someone has all this love for you, but what we're going to do about it? Are we going to be together or not? Are we going to choose this love? Are we going to build with this love? Are we going to get married? Are we going to start a family? Or are we going to go separate ways? There's an understanding of this crossroads, even though there's also a huge awareness of the bond itself. I feel like there's a big shift coming up that could be related to the eclipse season that we're going to be experiencing soon, which happens in Gemini and Sagittarius. So definitely changes are important here in coming into your life. And many of them are going to directly affect your relationships. And I feel like depends on your situation, because there are Sagittarius here that, you know, you already are with the person you're meant to be with, and that's going to be again taking you into a whole new different life. And it's relationships that are going to be fruitful and again growing to something solid. Or you already know who this person is, but again, the crossroads, a lack of choice, a lack of commitment is making it harder than it has to be. There are some of you that are making relationships harder than what it needs to be. For others of you, it's the lack of openness and communication, as notice that the King of Cups and the High Priestess, they're very silent energies, very private and even hidden. So there's a level of secrecy and mystery also associated with the whole concept of your emotions and your emotional world. So you have secret emotions, feelings, desires, obsessions, even for some of you, things that you don't say, you don't, put out, but you feel it so much inside of you. And I feel like this could be that you have a secret admirer, that again, you're admiring also someone secretively. And I feel like it's the point where you open, or where this other person opens, that is, it's actually feel for many of you Sagittarius is both of you opening up. The majority, I feel like this connection is going to be coming together in the month of June. So there's going to be positive developments in June. For those of you that are wondering about that, June seems to offer more of that sense of union or reunion here, or open channels of communication. For those of you that this is not going to be about love, it's choices, the importance of making choices, the importance of feeling it out, knowing what to do by feeling it out. As I said in the beginning, you're perhaps more used to a system, another system of consideration to make choices, especially when there's this feeling of being so, in choices that can be so impactful to your whole direction of life. But I feel like as the month goes, you're going to be feeling it more and more in your heart that what you need to do is that or that, and having the guts to do it. In doubt, the feeling here is like, in doubt, what makes you feel the most excited, the most, enamored, the most, what does activate the dreamer kind of energy, or the compassionate, creative aspect of you, because out of you, or takes it out of you, because it's that choice that is the right one. I also feel like there's a percentage of Sagittarius that could be dealing here with, love triangles and situations where you need to really listen to your heart to understand what you want to do about this triangle situation. Because I feel like either you being the one that needs to make a choice, or the other person you're dealing with, I feel like your heart already knows. Your heart already knows what's going to happen. So I hope you have a great month. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.